Russian officials furious as Moscow forced to withdraw troops from key Ukraine city.
Here's a summary of the article.
Kyiv. After being encircled by Ukrainian forces, Russia has pulled troops out from the eastern Ukrainian city of Lyman, in a fresh victory during a Ukrainian counteroffensive that has humiliated and angered the Kremlin. Taking the city paves the way for Ukrainian troops to potentially push further into land that Moscow now illegally claims as its own. Russia's defense ministry claimed to have inflicted damage on Ukrainian forces in battling to hold Lyman, but said outnumbered Russian troops were withdrawn to more favorable positions. The Russian call-up has proven unpopular at home, prompting tens of thousands of Russian men to flee the country. A Russian strike in the Zaporizhzhia region's capital killed 31 people and wounded 88, Ukrainian officials said. Ukrainian technicians continued running it after Russian troops seized the power station, and its last reactor was shut down in September as a precautionary measure amid ongoing shelling nearby. The Russian army struck the southern Ukrainian city of Mykolaiv twice overnight, once with drones and the second time with missiles, according to the regional governor.
This post received a score of 13,000, with an upvote ratio of 97%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Wasn't Putin and his cronies just celebrating annexing a bunch of Ukraine territories yesterday or something? This is going to be embarrassing for him.
Funnily enough, the liberated city is smack in the middle of one of those annexed areas. And a key strategic rail hub. They can get happy in the same britches they got pissed in or take their argument to the front line.
This war completely backfired on Putin. Now we see how outdated the Russian ground forces are. Ukraine will eventually get their territories back unless Putin decides to end the world over 4 little regions of land.
Yeah, it backfired within the first week. Whether he took Ukraine or not. He doesn't like NATO encroaching on his borders? Now his neighbors Sweden and Finland are joining. Military equipment is one of the major revenue streams for Russia? Potential customers seeing their $50 million tanks being taken out by $20,000 rockets. He wants to return Russia to the USSR glory days? He's now got sanctions that are going to reverberate through the Russian economy for decades to come.
Yeah, they'll be queuing up to buy Western armaments now. No one's gonna want the second-rate Russian crap.
Not necessarily. It depends on what you need stuff for. If you're an African government trying to fight Al-Shabaab, you're probably not worried about HIMARS. You need a rugged tank that's easy to run, so AT-something is probably still a good choice.
True. You know it's still gonna run in a few decades' time, and if you're only gonna be going up against 20th century gear, I suppose it's like the AK series, soldier-proof. All joking aside, it seems they weren't maintained well and the Russians seem to be using outdated military doctrines which won't help.
Not buying tires off Alibaba might be a good start. Though I guess if you're going to steal the maintenance fund, Alibaba is probably the go-to place.
At least they didn't go to Wish like the North Koreans. Oh, did the little bitches annex a territory they had no right to and get pushed out in less than 24 hours? Someone grabbed the world's smallest violin.
Yeah, annexing it and losing it is way worse than just losing it.
Especially when the whole point of the annexation was to try and fend off Ukrainian advanced under threat of nuclear war. Yet another bluff exposed and foiled.
And now we know Russia is incapable of defending its borders.
Honestly, I doubt the Russian army could fight its way out of a wet paper bag with scissors.
The saga continues. Wu-Tang.
Forever.
Rest in heaven.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.